Hi, I'm Mike. I'm going to talk about the Z06 Track Day that I just did on Tuesday for Track Night in America. A lot of fun. I'm going to have timestamps in the video to go from the intro for talking about a bunch of stuff to track session 1, track session 2, and then the little conclusions about what I thought. So if you just want to skip to track footage and the voiceover that I did, you can just skip to that. So starting off, this is the second track day I've done in the Z06. I've made a few changes to the car since I had it on the first one, which is I think the last video I've been posted. Changes that got made. I put on new tires all around. I was running Michelin Pilot Super Sports that the previous owner had put on. They were oversized by 20 mils all around. So I was running 345s in the rear, 285s up front. Too big, too much tire. The car would tramline really bad. The front felt really disconnected because there was too much sidewall poke, right? So when you're going around corners, you could feel the sidewall doing funny stuff that, you know, it was suspending the car in ways that it was not meant to be suspended. So I replaced the rear tires, got rid of the tram lining, that was awesome. And then a week or two ago, I replaced the front tires to get more tightness in the front, which so far has been working perfectly. Loved it a lot. Brakes, I changed the brakes to Power Stop's Track Day package. They did very well. I went out on the first session, or let me back up a little bit. So I did brakes all around. I did pads and rotors, as well as put in .4 brake fluid. So the pads did pretty well. On the first session out, I was pushing really hard, and the brakes got hot. The brake pedal got long. I came in, with 18 minutes out of the 20-minute session. So I had 2 minutes left. I came in, cooled down the brakes, but they were getting too long to keep driving on. And I was a little disappointed. I called up my friend Isaac and was talking to him about it. And he was like, what if you just take it a little easier, right? If you're pushing yourself at 100% right now, push yourself at 92%, 90%. And that worked perfectly. And that's what you'll see in the next two sessions is coming off a little bit, not like, on the back straight, like not hammering it down the back straight, and then there's a really hard left-hand corner that you have to slow down from, 120-ish to about 50, maybe 40, to make that corner in the Corvette. And I was, my first session, barreling down there and hard locking up the brakes to make that corner. And the next two sessions, I kind of just, lifted a little bit. So I'm going, 100 or 110 instead of 120, and, using that engine braking a little bit, and just, lifting a second before I needed to actually brake. And that worked out perfectly. I did that for both sessions, the second and the third session, which is all that I have recordings of. And the brakes worked perfectly for that, and I was really happy with them. I was really happy with the wheel and tire setup. Second session, I ran the pressures a little too high. Well, I just didn't adjust them. On the street, I run about 29, 30 in the front, about 30, 31 in the rear, which gives me a good amount of grip while still not destroying my fuel economy for any time I'm driving on the highway or something. And that helped, having those pressures too high was detrimental to my performance. The car was understeering pretty bad, and then to go up for the second session, I dropped the tires down to a hot 30, maybe 29 in the front, and then 30 in the rear. And that worked perfectly. The car had a lot less understeer, was behaving really well. Hot after the second session, I was at about 38 PSI, so they were running far too hot for the grip that I was looking for. But the Pilot Sport Forestas are awesome. A really, really good street tire. The car with a 305 in the back hooks in first. If I mat it at 2,000 RPM in first, there's no wheel spin. Which is really incredible for, the weight that the car is and the power that the car is putting out to get, no wheel spin in that situation. So really happy about that. They perform well on track. The wear is really good. So cannot say enough great things about Pilot Sport Forestas. They're very expensive, but they're a very good tire. The tire setup right now is downsized a little bit. I'm running 255s in the front and 305s in the rear, which I believe is 10 mils lower than factory settings. And that seems to work really well. It gives a good tightness to the sidewall, so everything is very direct. And I'm enjoying that a lot, especially on the street and on the track. They did great as well. So I'm not running any issues with a slightly undersized setup. If anything, I think it's helping the car's directness for all of its inputs. The Z06 is very fast. I'm not, you know, any sort of pro driver, or even close, but the car was really fast. In the intermediate group, you know, we'll see, I didn't count how many people I passed, but a lot. And I never got past in the car. It runs, you know, it keeps up with all the Miatas in the corners and it catches up to them slowly. And then on the straight, you know, it kind of blows everything away. There was a Rentec AMG there. That was, the owner said, had Rentec Stage 3, pushing, you know, 800 horsepower. And the Z06 is just, you know, on that guy's bumper down the straight. It's pretty incredible. You see that in the third session at the end, when he got a little squirrely. It was kind of sketchy. But car's running great. Looking forward to showing you guys the video. I wasn't sure how well the audio was going to get captured, and so I'm probably going to add subtitles to let you know what I'm saying, because I tried to talk through a lot of the session. If there are boring parts where I'm stuck behind someone in some set of corners, I'm just going to skip past that. But you'll see coming up. Enjoy, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
Alright. When are we going to catch up to the Crown Vic? Probably pretty soon. Brake a little bit before the hill, it gets a little sketchy. In the third, coasted down on the brakes, turning in. Messed that one up a little bit, turning again. Hard on the gas. Brakes right before the sign. Stayed in the middle of the lane. There's a lot of grip in the middle. Cut it in towards the end. Hit that apex on the gas in third. On the brakes a little bit. Turning in early. Hello, Crown Vic. Brakes getting a little longer this lap, but we're still doing all right. We got a passing zone up ahead. We should be able to get the Vic as well as the Miata. A little late downshift there. Oh, this thing is not fast. Will he give us the pass? He will. And hard on the brakes at the end here. Oh, yeah. Turn in. And a little bit of the curving. A little bit again. A little bit of understeer on that front left. See if we can pass here. Nope, he's not looking. It's alright. Give us a chance to cool everything for a second. Oil temps 256, 257. A little warm, but not the end of the world. I'll give it to the Corvette. We can keep up with this Miatas in the corners. Really impressed. We'll get the passing up here. Very slow there. Okay. Alright. Get him swing shot. Engage. He stayed a little bit towards the middle on that one. That's alright. Lifting a little bit into third. Dab of the brakes into the curving. There, that time we hit it. Middle. Oh, there's a lot of grip in the middle. Pulling 0.93 Gs on our G meter. 0.99 up to there. We spiked on the brakes here. Turn in on the gas. Took a different line that time. Fell a little faster on the back end. And onto the brakes. That was definitely slower though. We go to second there, but really leaving it at third is we have plenty of torque. So it's really not a problem. Should probably put it in second there. Too busy talking. On the gas, a little lift coming through here. It's actually a little too tight for going flat with the Z. Didn't quite catch the Miata. We'll get him on this next one. The passing zone after the S's here. Oh, he braked pretty hard for that. Okay. Alright, on the gas. Right now, come on. Here we go, come to the pass, lane move. And on the brakes hard into that one because the pass. Pulled 1.18 Gs on that right hander and that left hander there. Oh, we blew that corner. We blew that corner. second. The Miata's back on our ass. Let us remedy the situation with LS7. Feeling good. Here we go. Before the hill, it gets a light and then a braking, very sketchy. Didn't take it into third, I'll do that after this corner here. Actually, we'll leave it fourth for this. Into third for this stuff. Basically just a third year track. You can, I mean, besides going to fourth on the straights, you can get the second around these tight bits, but this motor makes so much torque that it really doesn't matter. You do some earlier braking there so you can get on the throttle earlier here. Oh, there we go. Oh, the track, full carbon track, I mean. And braking, I need to be in second. So you can do some, oh. Leave it in second through here. 15 down the back straight, hard on the brakes. No ABS engagement, but pretty damn close. Look what it is, another Miata. Brakes are only about half an inch longer than at the start of the session. Right around now, last session, when I was pushing way harder, the brakes were pretty cooked by now. That's all right. Get the second at the end of this. And harden the gas. I don't think we'll catch that Mazda. Let's see. We will. Giving us the pass. I'll take it. The third. Hit the curving there. Kissing the curving. So many people have hit that curving on that left that basically gone. I need to be in third. I am in third. Genius. Alright, still pulling over 0.9 Gs through there. PS Forests are doing a great job. Obviously you can hear a little bit understeer in the front. I have my pressures dialed for autocross, but I do not quite know yet what is going to give me the most grip. Oh, I need to do a fuel tilt there. Oh, I fucked that up so hard. Saying, I don't know what's quite giving me the most grip on the track day. I feel like the fronts are getting pretty warm. And I think there was about a PSI more in the front left than there was the front right, which is why we're getting, you'll hear it around here, why we're getting a lot of understeer around these right-hand corners. Alright, let's catch up with this Miata. Oil temp at 259, pretty good. Turning in, not using much brakes there. You really don't have to brake that much for that one if you're not moving. There's a ton of grip on that corner, more than this one for sure. This corner is low grip. In the second, we'll get the pass on this one right here. See another Miata ahead. See what we can do on that one. We'll get the point by. Man, that LS7 sounds so good banging off the wall there. Out of third into fourth. Brakes are still feeling good. I don't know what the clock's at. I have the rear camera pulled up in the center console there just to be able to quickly glance down because the GoPro masks a little bit of my rear view mirror. Doing very little braking through these. The pedal's a little longer right now, but still not too bad. So we got some traffic ahead. It's all right, we're chilling. We need to be in second here. There's a good downshift. All right, we'll take the wide line. Slingshot, that guy's a little sketchy there. And just lifting to slow us down a little. Brakes are still feeling good. In hard to that corner. I had something rolling around in the back. Christ. Okay, we get the pass here. Yep. Brake very little and just turn into this one. Oh, there's so much grip. 1.13 G's through there. Brake's feeling a little tall. Luckily, I got two Miatas behind me, and so I don't need to go that fast down the straight. I can cool them down a little. This car's got 4 fully functional brake cooling ducts for all corners. So we'll go straight to fourth. We'll just chill for a second. Can't imagine those Miatas are going to pick up more than about 100 miles an hour down here. The brakes are feeling coming into this corner. Oh, the ND caught up with us. Alright, let's make some space again. Brakes feeling a little better. Probably coming close to the end of the session. A little wide on that. We need to be downshifting in a second. Alright, we'll downshift here. We can upshift the third here, but we'll see if we do it both ways. Good. It's kind of like that beam. R2, how you feeling? Ease it off for a second. Let everything cool. No reason to attack this corner because we can just hardly brake and just turn in. 1.2 G's there. Again, we're getting a little understeer on those right-hand corners on that front left tire. Check the pressures on that next time. It's probably our last or second to last lap here. A bit of traffic. Let's see how close we can get to these people down the straight. Catching through this stuff. It's alright. We're getting close though. Again, this middle lane has a ton of grip, and then I kind of try and turn it at the very end here. Get that apex. Balancing on the limit of that front understeer. I'm sure I'll give an intro in the beginning of this video talking about the tire setup and stuff, so I'm not going to digress into that now. I need to be in second. Son of a bitch. Forgot again. So I'm leaving third. Just ride out the torque. Coming down on this STI. Man, we really got him in that braking zone there. Jeez. Says about that. He says no passing here. I don't see any checkered flags. are going into pits. Oh, no, just that guy was going into pits. That's it. I already pulled that lap. Please let me around USTI. Thank you. Downside of this track is through this middle section, no passing. So if you're behind someone through here, it's a good way to get around. We're not way faster than the Corvette in front of us, but we are definitely a little faster. Number 3. Got a low tire pressure because I dropped the PSIs quite a bit. We are running 36 hot in the front, which is too high. Want to be running closer to 30. So I dropped those down, and now we're probably at 25, cold. The car's been not running for probably 50 minutes now. Everything's nice and cool. Get this warm-up lap in, and we'll chase down this STI. I want to make sure that I'm out of the way for anyone that's going to be faster than me, but hopefully that list is not long. Almost missed that shift. Gets keyed into these tires. Those brakes squealing a little bit. All right, here we go. Coming in hard to the braking zone, we're going to outbrake this STI. Just stay on this guy's back. He should let us by him in the front. With luck, that is. Let's see if we can be extra fast onto the corner exit here. Thank you. Crown Vic. He is doing 30 miles an hour, less than me down the straight. Giving us a point by. Hard on the brakes here. A little too hot into the corner, that's all right. We are out of here. Coasting a little bit. Those brakes have a second. You don't need to brake that hard into this corner. The grip is so high. All right. Oh, I need to be in second. That's all right. Do it here. Get around this Miat. He's giving me the point by. A little bit of rev limiter there. open track ahead of us. That is awesome. Man, we can carry more speed into this corner, is what I just discovered. Oh, these front tires are hooking so much better with this pressure setup. Still a little bit of understeer on the front left there. I think these two corners are pretty hard for the car. Beat them up quite a bit. I see our Infinity friend ahead of us. He was very nice. Met him in paddock. Again, we could go to second there, but we make so much torque. Probably my hardest braking zone. This left is really tight. Man, we have so much more grip. Again, just a touch of brakes. Really trust this corner is going to hold. And it does. A little hot into that one, that's okay. Just feeling a tiny bit understeer. Try and control it. We'll probably catch this Infinity on the next straight. I don't think we'll get him here. In front of us is on Hanguk RSV4s. They're a pretty sticky compound. Lets that car corner probably a lot better than it would on the stock tire setup. And it brakes on the gas. I'm going to assume he's going to try and pass the Miata first and not let me go by, but that's alright. Let me by too. Make sure I don't cut him off. No matter what, we'll get this guy in the back straight, or the front straight, I mean. We can let everything cool down for a second. That is technically a passing zone, but it's a little tight. Understandable. Feel how the pace goes a lot down. Thank you. Nice and close to that wall there. That sounded good, but I feel like I could have reached my hand out and touched it. Miata gave us the late pass there. I wasn't quite sure. Man, I'm just carrying more and more speed into this corner every time. And the car is hooking. We're definitely the fastest laps in the session with this tire pressure setup. Again, we could be going down in a second here, but we make so much torque, and we're already going, 45 miles an hour. Here, we need to be in second, but I'm not. We've got a good corner exit there, though. See, we need to be in third. That's all right. The gas. Lifting early there so I don't cook my brakes. As much as that good YouTube content. Little dab of brakes coming in at 70 miles an hour to that corner. Doing 1.15 Gs. And on the brakes a little for this guy. In case people are wondering, I'm in competitive driving mode. I don't have the drive select like the newer Z06s do for the C6 generation. So I have normal, competitive, traction off, and full off. Little lift. Oh, we are coming in hot, baby. Oh yeah, that's good. I noticed our tire pressure sensor no longer upset with us. Man, I love having this open track. This is awesome. Good corner right there when I'm paying attention. And could be into second here, but I'm going to leave it third because we make so much torque. Pulling hard. Lifting early for the sake of the brakes. Next time we'll take that corner hump. A little bit understeer on the front left. And that's what makes me happy to have a dry sump. Those high G-force corners where you're on the gas, trying to explode out. Feels good knowing that my motor is being well oiled. We'll see this Miata on the end of the straight. Doing about 100 miles an hour there. Oh, that was a good line. Oh, that was another good line. Don't overcook it. Oh, just barely. Explode out. See a Corvette friend in the distance. Probably won't see him until the front straight. Came in hard on the brakes that time. Pedal is a little longer, but we still only have gained probably half an inch. Has so much grip. Jesus Christ. See if we can make our move on this front straight. Seems like we might be able to. Shifting to fourth there. Behind that Corvette, that did not happen. too hot into that one. A lot of Miatas in this intermediate run group. Lift a little early, easy on the brakes. This is a hard corner for the brakes. You slow down from about 120 to about 55 miles an hour. Just trust the grip. Downshifted early to this one. Doesn't really matter. We had 5,000 revs there, not even. Let's see what we can do here. Z06, so good. Could have carried more speed into the start of the corner there. That's all right. Man, these seats below. Still don't see anyone behind us. Doing a quick check in case we're holding up traffic. Oh, that was better that time. Explode out. Oh, we're catching up on the Rentec Mercedes. People have been saying they've been having trouble passing this guy. He keeps nailing it on the straights. The car makes about 800 horsepower. Doing some focusing right now because this guy is really fast. Trust the stick. Oh, active stability control popping on there. He's going to be so fast on the straight, I don't think he's going to let me pass. Jeez Louise. His back is sliding all over the place. All right, that's game. GG's, everyone. Yeah, the car's feeling great. The brakes did pretty well. Not so in the first session, I was pushing the car too hard. But the second and this third session, everything's doing awesome. Front tires, once I got the pressures dialed, those were great as well. You saw in the kind of middle of the session there, that we really got some good grip. We were pulling, you know, 1.2, 1.3 Gs. I was looking down, which is great. We're only at, you know, about 1 last session. Learning the track more. I know how you're not really supposed to, thank you. I know how you're not really supposed to, you know, be looking down at speeds and stuff like that. Oh my God, we're about to run out of gas. Jesus Christ. Well, we'll find a gas station. I know you're not supposed to look down at speeds or anything, but I was learning a lot about the track by just, you know, seeing what speed I was carrying where, and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that was that. Little sketchy in the end there with that CLS that was staying right. I thought I was giving him 2 cars of space just waiting for the pass, but he didn't give it to me. So hopefully he isn't upset with me later when, you know, I had some better track position than he did. You know, we'll see. Probably could have kept him more space, but I thought we were going to get the point by the whole time. All right, well, I think advanced group is going out now. That's what it looks like. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Hope I don't run out of gas. See ya.
That was a lot of fun. As you can see, the car is running really well. Bit of understeer on the right-hand corners. I think I had my front left pressure set a little too high. I would probably take that down by another 2 psi to try and eliminate some of that understeer coming around that that right-hand corner on the backside of the track. But car ran great, as you saw. It was a lot of fun. People there were awesome. I'm probably going to step up to the advanced group next track day. I think that, you know, I'm getting there as a driver for my abilities, which obviously are not as good when I'm doing a voiceover, but you can see when I'm kind of focusing and not talking that I'm a little able to cut down some time. But I just wanted to make it an enjoyable experience. I was having a good time. I wanted to talk to the camera, so that's what I did. I'll probably hop up to advanced next time. I think that the car is fast enough and I am cognizant enough about drivers around me. And so I think it would work out well. So that's what I'll do next time, to be able to not be stuck behind people around corners, be able to let people pass me that, you know, need to get around, and also being in a group of cars that is more at the same speed. You know, I think that, not to dive into lap times, but I think I was running my faster laps were in the high 150s. You know, call it a 157 to 159, which is really good. And then the other drivers that were paying attention to their laps, that's just, you know, I looked at the GoPro footage for that. But the other drivers that were tracking their lap times in my group were, you know, in the 210 to 215 range. So a little bit higher. So I think it'll be better to go in that advanced group and be with drivers about with, you know, similar speeds, as well as having a good time. So it's a lot of fun. I'm loving the car. It's doing really well. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I will be happy to show you guys the next track day.